Hi! Two of my favorite books, I have a lot as you might imagine, but the two that I brought today are Catch-22 by Joseph Heller, which is more of a classic, and The Descendants by Cowie Hart Hemmings, which is a newer book that was also made into a movie that was nominated for some Oscars in the earlier in the 2000s. What they have in common is that they both will make you laugh and cry. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller is set during World War II, and the main character is Librarian, who is a bombardier pilot. And the title, Catch-22, like a situation where you're darned if you do and darned if you don't, comes from this idea that you have to be crazy to run more missions, but you have to be declared sane to run more missions. So if you say you don't want to run more missions because you're in danger, you get declared sane and then you can run more missions. But if you want to run more missions, then you're insane and you can't run more missions. And Yossarian has to deal with a lot of absurdity as he watches so many of his friends and fellow brothers in arms get killed, and it, like I said, it'll make you laugh and cry, and it is really touching and absurd and satirical, and I really liked it. The Descendants by Cowie Hart Hemmings is more modern. It's set on Hawaii, and the main character is Matt King, who is descendant of an Hawaiian princess, but is married in with white settlers, and so he is descended, and he is deciding what to do with some of his family land. However, at the same time, his wife was in a boating accident, and he is needing to follow her living will, which requires her being taken off life support. He has two young daughters. He has to deal with his in-laws, and on top of that, his teenage daughter informs him that his wife was having an affair at the time of the accident. So all that sounds super heavy, and it is a lot to deal with, but the way that she writes about it, again, like she's just put in these absurd situations. The teenage daughter comes home from boarding school with this random friend who just hangs out the entire time that they're trying to settle the wife's affairs and make these really important decisions. And he's just like this sort of like sage, old teenager, and he just has really funny one-liners. So again, this is a book that makes you laugh and cry, and I learned a lot about Hawaii, so that was interesting too. So these are both books that I would recommend.